I always love trying to figure out a good mystery, and as a person who grew up reading Nancy Drew books, I've always like loved that mystery element of like trying to figure out who did it. I love finding games that I can do that as well. When I saw the announcement for Professor Layton on the Switch, made me think about what kind of mystery games are available on the Switch right now. I've compiled a list of mystery games on the Switch that gives me kind of that similar mystery vibe. Before we get started, my name is Delaney and I love talking about video games. Have a seat and let's talk about games. So like and subscribe, and if you're a return viewer, welcome back. So let's get started. So I'm gonna put this game first because this one actually isn't available on the Switch. It's available on the Steam, and if you have a Steam Deck, it's a perfect Steam Deck game. So it's called The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is free. So this was actually supposed to be like an April Fool's joke announcement, and it actually turned out to be real. So it's a point and click mystery game featuring a new Sonic character who is aboard the Mirage Express. So it's Amy Rose's birthday and she's having a murder mystery party, but it turns out that Sonic is the victim of this murder mystery. But as it progresses, you're trying to figure out if this is part of the murder mystery party or if this actually is something that you need to solve and everyone on the train is in danger. So this is a point and click adventure game, and I really love the idea of it because it does sound so ridiculous because it's like, who can kill Sonic? I can't have a list of mystery games without talking about the OG mystery game other than Professor Layton, and that is Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So this one, you're actually discovering the mysteries after the fact. So you are a lawyer, you're Phoenix Wright, and you have to prove your client innocent, or maybe they could be guilty. Talk to your client, gather clues, look at crime scene, and bring all this evidence into the courtroom to be able to interrogate witnesses and try to prove your client innocent. Very exploratory. It's kind of like a visual novel. There are a lot of different aspects of making sure you're getting the correct evidence and pulling that evidence out at the right time, and making sure that you are putting the pressure on your witnesses, as well as making sure you use your infamous "I object." So next on the list we have Beacon Pines. This one is a little bit less of a mystery and more of like it's like a mixture of like, you put Stranger Things in a storybook. So you get to follow Luca, who is trying to discover the secrets of Beacon Pines. As you progress in the story, which is being narrated by this entity voice out there, you're trying to uncover the secrets and get the different story branches. You get to control the story through the words that you're able to find as you explore the world and uncover and unlock more secrets and more interactions in the story. So next on the list is Jenny LeClue, and Jenny LeClue is like a mystery adventure game. You get to play as Jenny LeClue, whose mother is accused of murder and she is trying to prove her innocent. So you're an amateur detective and you're trying to go around your town and uncover their true secrets. I think that is so interesting. Actually, with the animation style, I didn't actually expect it to have such a dark storyline, but I really do love that aspect, and I love how atmospheric it is. It also kind of gives me vibes of like Night in the Woods, but also I see it constantly on sale in the eShop for about like $2, and it's like a pretty decent amount of playtime. And this one is the most Nancy Drew-esque and also kind of gives me a little bit of Scooby-Doo vibes. Next on the list is Paradise Killer. So Paradise Killer is like an open world mystery game. You get to play as Lady Love Dies, who has been exiled for over 3 million days in her own little home prison. Paradise Killer, this is like a alien island that keeps getting reincarnated to be the perfect island, and on the precipice of the perfect 25, which is the 25th time the island is being reborn, the gods of the island are killed in a very mysterious way inside of their high security room that no one can access but them. So you get to come out of your time in prison to discover discover, talk to all these different characters around the island and figure out who could have killed them, and gathering lots of different information. And in this game, you don't actually have a definite who did it. It is more so of you're trying to gather evidence against one suspect and bringing that into the courts. Truth is basically how you perceive it and how you want everyone else to perceive it, which I think is kind of interesting. I also love that it's like an open world, so you get to explore as much as you want and figure out other different little mysteries around the island as well, and also get to reconcile with a lot of different friends that you haven't seen in millions of years, which makes it a little bit harder trying to figure out who could have did it, especially if you have an emotional connection to some of these characters. I think this is such an interesting one, and I really love the art style of it. Lady Love dies and everyone just looks very comic booky. In Agent A, you get to play as Agent A in a cat and mouse game with Ruby LaRouge. As you chase her, you encounter a series of puzzles in different areas of her house and try to foil her devious plot. So I think this is really interesting. It kind of is like more like an escape room. It's like a point and click game, and you just basically have to find different secrets in areas and just see anything that looks suspicious to be able to progress more in the game. And I kind of really love this, so trying to figure out what's the odd thing in the room and what I can press to discover a secret button. Or it also is set in like a 1960s-esque like spy movie type thing, so like more like a retro James Bond. So I think that is really cool. And if you like types of point and click games like that, I think it's really calming, especially if you want to play it at the end of the day. So those are all the some mystery games that I think are really interesting on the Switch right now. If you want to check them out, there are gonna be a few mystery games that are releasing this year. Like there's Deca Police as well as Rain Code. I'll probably put those in a separate video of like new mystery games if you are interested in those types of things. So I hope this list has helped anyone who's really into that genre like I am. And what are some mystery games that you love on the Switch or are looking forward to? So let me know down in the comments, and I hope all of you guys are doing well as always. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.